How you doing, everybody? Tim here from the Tactical Defender and VanQuest Mobius. This is my EDC bag. Notice the color. Maxpedition Sabercat. This is actually a butt pack. This has been many things and now is a camera bag, audio and camera equipment. Notice the color. And Rush 72. This is my daily backpacker. This is the backpack that I use when I go hiking and I bring gear and my camera equipment and I go off into the woods. There are people, believe it or not, that don't think I should have this. There are people, believe it or not, that have said to me, and I've seen very recently on other channels, which is prompting me to make this video, that because I'm not law enforcement, wasn't or never will be, unfortunately, in the military, that I shouldn't have this. And or I shouldn't review this type of stuff because I wasn't or I'm not in the military. I disagree, and that's what I want to talk about today. All right, now, as I said, my EDC bag, camera bag, and my backpack all are khaki or desert tan. I like that particular color, those types. I'm really not into the camo thing. I like this color. Everything I own is that color. My BDS Tactical med pouch, see, coyote brown, goes on my backpack, any one of my backpacks. Everything I own is this particular color. Now, as I said, I was not in the military, unfortunately. I did try. I'm not law enforcement, unfortunately. That I did not try. I regret doing that. But I have seen on several channels through the years, and especially recently, and then recently on my channel a couple times, and then once or twice a couple years ago, people have wrote, well, recently somebody wrote, are you seriously in the military? No. Nor did I ever say I was, right? I don't understand. There are people out there that think you're not in the military, you shouldn't be reviewing that. Or what do you know about that if you're not in the military? Let me tell you my personal answer. I just like it, right? It's tough as hell. It serves a purpose very well. All my stuff, especially this has been a diaper bag. The person that owned it, this is probably 7 years old and it looks brand new. For me, it's been a diaper bag, a medical bag for in the car. It's been a handgun range bag, handgun only range bag. It's now a camera. I mean, it's served so many purposes, as is most of my stuff. It's tough as nails, multifunctional, and very functional in itself. I mean, I like the PALS webbing. I don't understand why people say, well, I've seen some very rude comments recently on another channel that I like to watch. I do watch a lot of YouTube. And the person was actually quite rude and said, something about being fat, you shouldn't be reviewing that. So apparently only thin people use this stuff, right? Navy SEALs only use this stuff. Now the funny thing is that I know police officers. I have police officers, state and local, as friends. They don't have any of this stuff. I know military guys. They have something similar. They don't have a pack like this. In fact, the one Marine that I know, and I'm only speaking about one particular Marine, didn't even know. He did hear of 511 Tactical, never heard of Maxpedition, never heard of VanQuest. Knew very little about BDS Tactical. Very little. Didn't even know they carried med kits. Now again, that's just one person. Have you seen a Marine or a Navy SEAL running around with this or one of these? I haven't. Then again, I probably wouldn't see what they would carry, but I don't understand why people think you're not in the military, you shouldn't have that, or you shouldn't be reviewing that. What do you know about it? Look, this is not, is it military grade? Yeah, probably. Based on the people that I know, people that I talk to, they would definitely take it. They said if they needed it, if they could use it. I don't understand why not. Look, I've had Mountain Hardwear gear. I've had North Face gear. I've never had an Osprey pack. A good friend of mine likes Osprey. I'm not a big fan of it. It's good. I'm just not a big fan of it. Mountain Smith, I think, is a brand. They're good brands. I've had mostly North Face before I discovered the tactical stuff. I've had North Face gear, backpacks and gear. Good stuff, great winter clothing. But they didn't last very long. I don't think any of I'm pretty rough on my stuff, and I don't think any of my North Face packs lasted a few years. Right? I do believe I ripped open a North Face pack climbing a mountain. It's a very small mountain, roughly for a little over 4,000 feet. Sliding down, playing on the rocks, sliding down on my butt. I was wearing like really thick Carhartt pants, not the right pants to go hiking with, by the way. And I slid down, and the bag ripped open, and literally had a yard sale on the side of this mountain. You know. I've done that with Maxpedition Vulture 2. I've slid down the same rock face, didn't rip. I've been through a lot with that bag. I sold it recently. Kind of regret doing that, but anyway. I just like it. I like the functionality. I like the way it looks. I like the PALS webbing on stuff, so I can continue. I can add stuff. I can add more pouches to this. You know, it's just strong. I got my SC5 here. It's just good, strong gear. You can't do that with the normal, traditional backpacks. You just can't do that. It doesn't work that way. And I like this color. I don't like a blue backpack. I don't want a bright yellow, orange trimmed black strap backpack. I don't want something like that. Does that serve a purpose when you go hiking? Absolutely. Something happened, and you know you're out, you're knocked out, you're dead, whatever. You can be found easily than me wearing all khaki with khaki bags. You know, but that is a risk I take. Having this stuff, I like the way it looks. I do not pretend I'm something that I'm not. I'm not pretending to be military law enforcement. I don't claim to be. I never will be. It's unfortunate, but I never will be. And I don't claim to be. Very few times have I been asked, you know, are you in the military? People saw me with this. I'm out walking around. It's only happened a couple times. Military people don't use this. They don't walk around that. So I don't understand why people would say, you know, oh, are you military? No. Oh, well, your bag there, I thought maybe you were. No, it's just a bag. Just stuff. Every day carry stuff, you know. The fact that I actually need a bag to carry my stuff every day, well, that could be debatable, but I just like the way it looks. I'm not in the military. I'm not claiming to be. I don't wish I was. Well, yeah, maybe I kind of wish I was. But it's just good stuff. I have even been asked, are you a prepper? Not in the traditional sense or the normal sense. I do have some things set aside for the day, right? I am a prepper in the sense I'm prepared for life, right? Not for the end of the world. Don't quite know if I want to be here if the world comes to an end. But I am prepared for everyday life. Accidents, muggings, robbery, stabbing, carjacking. At the zoo, I cut a finger. My son has a low blood sugar. I have a low blood sugar because I'm a diabetic. I'm a diabetic, so I carry medical stuff with me all the time, which I think everybody should have some form of a little medical kit with them, on their person, in their EDC bag. A multi-tool. If you carry a gun, have a one, maybe two spare mags, one on you, one in your bag. It just, that is the extent that I am a prepper. I am prepared, right? Victory favors the prepared. I don't want to rely on other people. I just don't. That's not me. I'm not a person to sit back and just accept or rely on, oh, don't worry, they'll take care of it. No. Something approaches me, I'm faced with something, I'm dealing with it the best that I can. Can I deal with every single situation? Absolutely not. If I'm carrying a bag and I got what I believe is to be everything that I'm going to need, I can deal with life, everyday occurrences that much better. That's all. And I happen to like khaki or desert tan or coyote brown. That's just what I like. That is the stuff I like. This is not only just a hobby for me, but this is my life. It's just not something I do on weekends. I live this stuff. I love this stuff. If you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you'll know, especially Instagram, I just love gear. I like to, it's kind of an addiction actually. I like to share other people's photos. If you follow me on Instagram, I think I'm approaching 4,000 subscribers. That I like to post other people, other manufacturers, other brands. Hey, look at this, and it may send some business their way. It may there's things that I saw that I didn't know about until I was on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, look at that, and then I learned about it. There's a lot of really cool stuff out there. Some very small little companies up and coming, and it's good to see who's making what and what's coming, what's not really that big anymore. And as well, to connect, it's a way of connecting with like-minded people that like this stuff, carrying a knife, carry a gun, and are just prepared. But as for the people that think you should not have this, or I should not be reviewing gear, or the others that I watch should not be reviewing gear because we're not in the military, really, come on. Let it go. Let it go. Yes, you served. I have not, unfortunately. Yes, you are probably better to review this than I would be. Then do so, right? You'll probably do a hell of a lot better than myself. There's a lot of people that do a better job than myself. Then review it. Somebody has to review it. I love this stuff. It's a passion for me. It's kind of an addiction, actually, but that's why I do this. There's a lot of other reasons, but that is basically, I just like this stuff. With or without the camera, with or without YouTube, I am out playing with gear. I am out hiking. I am out playing with knives and doing stuff and just talking to people about gear, even without YouTube. So why not put it on YouTube and share it with people? If it wasn't for YouTube, I would have never learned about VanQuest. Chris Tanner over at Prepared Mind 101, that's how I found out about VanQuest. I'm a huge supporter of VanQuest now. I got the Mobius and multiple pouches. Maxpedition, when I used to be in the business a long time ago and I used to sell gear, Maxpedition was my biggest seller, as well as BDS Tactical, my biggest sellers. I love their gear. I love it a lot. Recently, I would say roughly a year ago, maybe more, I discovered 511 Tactical. I always knew about 511 Tactical, but quite honestly, I wasn't a very big fan till somebody said, listen, you gotta look at them again. They're really kind of changing. They've improved. I can't say they were bad back in the day, but they're better today. I really love the Rush Pack series. I have all of them. But anyway, that is it. I'm done ranting, going on and on and on about you know what. Thank you for watching this video, everybody. Be well, stay safe, and do good. All right?